Okay, back again with the next card for the November card class. And this is one that people were admiring also, so they wanted to try the coloring. They were wondering how I did such good coloring. And I really am not an expert at coloring, and I am not somebody that enjoys a lot of coloring. But with the Stampin' Blend markers, I just find that it makes it so easy to do the coloring because you get the colors come in the Stampin' Up! Colors, but they come in a light and in a dark, and I feel like it adds to a very successful experience, and you just need really a little bit of practice. So we're going to grab the Memento Black ink because that is the one that works the best, and I did not have my stamps ready this time, did I? But the Trucking Along bundle is really, really fun. So it's got the fun punch, and it's part of the online exclusive. So you won't see it in the catalog, but it is available online. So we've got the outline truck, and that's what we're going to do our coloring with. You can also just punch them out of colored cardstock or however you want. And I would suggest just stamping several of the trucks or whatever it is. If you have a kit and you don't have the truck, then just find something Christmassy that's an outline stamp that you can practice coloring in, and just have fun with it. So stamp a couple of them. I'm just going to give a few tips that I like for basic coloring. Now, you want to have something to protect your surface because the alcohol will seep through. These are alcohol markers, and I only use my tips if I'm coloring a broad space, and I'm very, very careful with it. I do have some tips that have been damaged, and I don't know if I did it or if they're just because I used them in a class, but just very, very light touch if you're using the brush marker. And so right now I'm just kind of coloring in the whole thing with a light marker, and I'm going to even switch right now to my bullet tip because I'm not very good at staying in the lines. So I just find it easier to use the bullet tip. In fact, we might just use that exclusively in the class, and then I don't have to worry about my brush tips. Okay, so I've got the whole thing done in light, and then you want to do this kind of fast because the alcohol will evaporate quickly, and if you want to do any blending, you want to kind of do it quickly. And these images are perfect for using the blends because they've got the little lines there. So you're just going to follow the lines with your darker marker. And if you want, you can even just leave it like that and not do any blending because that looks pretty good just like that. If you do want to blend, I would go back to your light one with your bullet tip, of course, and then just pull in some of that darker color and pull it a little further in like that. So easy peasy with two colors that go together like that. Now adding the copper clay color was a little bit harder, and I decided to do it with just some kind of dots like that. So we'll see if I can do it again and if it'll turn out. But if it doesn't, I've got my other truck there that I stamped, and so just adding some dots to the bottom where you think the truck would rust out, maybe along the wheel well there. So maybe a little bit around the top there, a little bit on the back. So just added a little rust there because this truck is trekking through the woods to get a Christmas tree. Now I did not blend this, so I'm not really sure how it would look if I tried blending it. So let me just try that just to see what it would look like. And it kind of makes the copper go away, so no blending for that. So I think that looks good, so we'll just punch it out. I probably should have punched it first before I colored it. Whoa, okay, there we go. And I forgot to get the black out for the wheels, but use the light black and maybe a gray for the wheel wells. And I also forgot to get the colors for the tree out, but you can see how that goes. The tree, you'll have to fussy cut if you want him to have a tree. So everybody should, in their kit, have a piece of this. It's called, let's see, something about a one-horse open sleigh. That's it, one-horse open sleigh paper, which has these beautiful outdoor wintry scene. So it makes a perfect background for the truck. So if you don't have the truck, you can find something else Christmassy to put on this paper. So my truck's going to go there. I'm going to stamp and color a tree and stick him in the truck, and then it'll be done. I actually did the sentiment right on the paper too, so that's another thing you can do, or you can add it with a punch or a strip of paper. So very easy way to do that. Let me see if I have any other notes for my technique. So I added the light all over, then I added some dark to the shaded parts, and then if you want to, you come back and blend a little bit, and you can add a third color as well. One thing I did not do is leave some white space. Sometimes people will leave a little white space, or even come back with a chalk marker or a white watercolor pencil just to add a little bit of white in there, a white accent. So anyhow, just some easy tips for coloring, and let me just show you a couple cards I did earlier using different colors. So there's Old Olive, and again, very similar technique. I just added the darker color to the shadow lines, and you can see that adding the two colors just makes a whole difference. And there's with Real Red, I believe, is what I used for this one. And another little quick tip, if you want to make a trailer for your truck, just stamp two of them and cut one off, and then that can be the trailer. So, because you might want to bring home a tree and some presents. So there's just some fun with the Trucking Along bundle and some tips for coloring. Hope you enjoyed class this month, and if you come to the in-person class, it's tomorrow on Tuesday. Hope you can make it to that, and if not, I may have a few kits left after class. We'll see. A lot of people signed up this time, but I do have the kits for purchase usually at the beginning of the month, and then if there's any left over at the end. And of course, the PDF instructions are all posted in the private group, and I hope you enjoyed class, and check out that big sale tomorrow. So happy crafting, everyone.